Hi, everybody. It's Judy Clock here at Stampin' with Crafty Clock, coming to you tonight for another lesson or live demo. And today I'm going to be working with products from the Joy of Christmas Suite. Let me move my screens around. Okay, so these are two of the bundles. They're stamp sets and dies that come in the Joy of Christmas Suite. It also comes with ribbon. The whole product suite comes with the two bundles, ribbon, loose sequins, and two paper packs, a specialty paper, and then just a regular designer series paper. So I'm going to make two cards, a simple stamping card. Hey, Sharon, how are you? And then I'm going to do something just a little bit more stepped up. But I wanted to show you the dies because they're really pretty. So this one will cut out almost all of the stamped images, including the Noel. And I'll show you in a second. I have a whole cheat sheet here of what the dies do. And this one has really beautiful label, very fancy label dies. If you caught my lesson at lunch on Tuesday, you saw that I made a frame. I bought a frame at the Dollar Tree and I made it, and I used one of those, like that square fancy label, and some of the other die cuts from the two sets. So that was my video on Tuesday. You can go back and watch it. But the Joy of Noel set, it comes with 10 dies. You will cut 4 of them, or actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them will cut stamped images. So they'll cut the Noel, the holly leaves, and the berries. And then you've got these extra little accent pieces, the fir, the pine boughs, and then just these little like leaves type things that you can use as an accent piece. So there's one die, we'll cut the 5 of them. And then this Christmas Classics, that's the one that has these gorgeous die cut labels. So it'll also die cut 2 of the stamped images, well 3. It'll die cut the stamped holly berries and holly leaves. These are 2 separate stamps. This is the pine bough. Then you've got the bigger holly leaf, again, these decorative pieces, these beautiful labels. We're going to use this one tonight for our card. And then you've got 2 of these little, like just accent pieces. So really good if you just want to add like a little bit of an accent to your paper. You can use these, just add a little bit of an accent. So those are what the die cuts look like. So there you have it. So let's go ahead. Let's look at our 2 projects for tonight. So the first one is a simple stamping card, and I'm just doing a faux shaker card. So this is the easiest way to make a shaker card with a clear envelope. Okay, so if you're a beginner, you can make a shaker card. This is so quick and so simple. Now, I must caveat this by saying these sequins are currently on back order. I believe they will be back in stock on October 2nd. But don't let that deter you. They're fun. We have plenty of other shaker type elements that will work just as well. And then here's our stepped up version, and there's that gorgeous label that we've used. I also added in the deckled circles dies, which I don't know if you've seen them. Those are gorgeous also. I think I left them over on my other workstation. I didn't bring them over with me. But there are many dies. This is the 4th smallest, and they go all the way up. You can get like a 6x6 circle. So it's a very versatile set. And then this is the other paper that came with it, that foil backed paper. And this is part of this one and this one are part of the plain designer series paper, the Joy of Christmas designer series paper. And then just for giggles and grins, I did do another card. I added in that music note embossing folder, and then I just used the 2 music papers, music note papers from the 2 papers. This is from the Joy of Christmas, and that's from the metallic specialty paper. And I just wanted to do something fun. So we have a complete music themed card. I'm not making this one tonight, but I just wanted to show you because I had done it. And those are those extra accent pieces. I cut them out of gold foil. And that's the ribbon that comes with this set. It's the black and vanilla checked ribbon. So those are the cards that we've made so far with this set. But let's go ahead and get started with our first card. Now these are photopolymers, so I'm going to slide my Stampin' Pierce mat underneath my mat, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So I have here a piece of Pebbled Path Standard A2 base. I've got here a piece of the Designer Series paper. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it's going to be the full width of the card. And then I've got here a piece of our our very vanilla. That's 4 by 5 1/4. And this is just a scrap for stamping the word joyous. All right, so let's start out. We're going to stamp the word Noel on the inside because it's going to say Joyous Noel. Joyous will be on the outside, and we're going to just stamp this Noel. Now I love this, that it is just one stamp. Okay. Oh, so much better. I had to re-ink my cherry cobbler today, and now it just looks so much better. And while we're here, let's stamp the Joyous. Okay. And then I stamped a couple of the holly leaves. I think I forgot to put those out. All right, so we might just leave those off tonight. We'll see. I wasn't really sure about them, honestly, yesterday when I put them on. All right, so let's leave that off to the side for now. Let's go ahead and put this on the inside. Like I said, whoops. Like I said, it's a very easy and quick card for our beginning stampers. So if you're joining me live tonight, go ahead and let me know where you're joining me from. I know Sharon's joining me from Australia, and it's very late there, so I'm very appreciative that she is on at this hour because it's like 9:30 at night there for her. That would be my bedtime here. Oh, no, I guess it's 9:30 in the morning. Sorry, we're 14 hours ahead. It's 9:30 in the morning. Never mind. It's me who's on the late end. This whole time change. I can't get it. All right, so now we're going to add some of our loose holly gems and sequins. If I can ever get I keep it in this Ziploc bag on the off chance that this cover comes off, the mess is contained. So I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes these tops come off and then it goes everywhere. So I just like to keep them in those Ziploc bags. You don't need to. It's just sort of an added precaution on my end because I'm very messy. All right, so I'm just going to add some. It doesn't really matter. Add as much or as little as you want. And there's a loose one that doesn't want to go anywhere. Let's see if I can pick that up. We'll stick that back in there. All right, and now let's close that up. Okay, just to be on the safe side. Okay, so now what you want to do with this, and we're going to need tear and tape for this. So you want to make sure that this gets down as far to the bottom and as far over to one side as you can. Okay, so you're actually going to have like a little bit of an extra there, and we're going to take care of that in a minute. So I'm going to fold this over, and I'm going to fold this over so really there's no like extra at the top. It's going to be all right on the top edge of my Designer Series paper. Okay, now I'm going to take some tear and tape, and I'm going to put a strip right down here, kind of right at the edge, where you can see the edge of that Designer Series paper. The reason being is we're going to fold over that excess part of the envelope, and it's got to catch on that tear and tape. So you want to go as close to the edge of that Designer Series paper as you can. All right, so let's go ahead and take this off. The first time I made this for a class, I forgot to put the shaker elements in. Don't do that. Don't do the mistake I made. All right, and then we're going to put this over. And if I put this over far enough, just the edge of that paper should catch on that tear and tape. Okay, so that helps keep everything nice and slow. And actually, I could actually go down a little bit more. Let me see if I can put this up just a little bit. Just get this down a little bit more to that left side. Okay, there we go. It's a little bit better. Okay, so I'm just going to fold that over on the tear and tape. All right. Now, I want to add some ribbon around to the front. So again, I'm going to add another piece of tear and tape kind of towards the bottom. Okay. Putting it right there. Okay. Now I'm going to take one edge of my ribbon and I'm going to obviously remove the cover to the tear and tape. See, take your pick tool is good for so many things. My husband makes models. He does like aircraft models and tank models, and the little putty end of the pick tool is very good for holding those little miniature windows in place while he's trying to set them on the model. So he actually took my other pick tool. I had two, and he took one. He realized how good they were. He's like, "Can you order me one?" I'm like, "I have two. Just take the second one." So I'll order a new one for me. I just like to have multiples for when I do classes. It just helps speed it up when you've got more than one. Okay, so now we're ready to go ahead and put this on our card. We're going to add another piece, a little knot later, but it's easier when this is kind of adhered to the front of our card. So again, I'm just going to go around and I'm going to put tear and tape kind of all around the edges. And again, get as close to the edge as you can. Okay, we want to have this go as close to the edge of our paper and our envelope as possible. And we're going to go right back over that ribbon, so that will help hold it in place. Okay, gotta love tear and tape. So easy to work with. It's really got a good hold. I'm just going to kind of put one here in the middle, just make it a little bit more secure. All right, so I'm just going to start taking off all of my covers. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Go all around. All right. Take all of these off. How's everybody's week been? Tomorrow's Friday, Yahoo. Do you know that tomorrow is September 15th? From tomorrow, it will be like 45 days to Halloween, 69 days to Thanksgiving, 100 days to Christmas, and 107 days to New Year. So like I said, once September hits, the year is basically over. All right, so we have all of our tear and tape off. Now we're going to match up the edges, like the left edges, the bottom edges, okay? And that's going to cover our entire card front, okay? So now we're ready to just kind of finish up. I'm going to cut another piece of ribbon, probably about maybe 5 inches. I don't need much. And actually, I'm probably going to trim it once I put it on there. But I'm going to actually just tie it in a knot. Okay, so it's not really going to be a bow. It's just going to be a little knot. Okay, so perfect. Okay, tie it nice and tight. And then just kind of trim it up a little bit. I don't want it to be too long. Okay, so we've got that. Okay. And now we're going to take that the Joyous. Now, I did fussy cut this. I don't know if I'm going to do that with this one because I honestly don't like the way I fussy cut. So I think I am just going to trim this down. Okay. Just got to trim this down. Okay, now move that out of the way. Get this stuff out of the way. I'm going to pop this on with some Stampin' Dimensionals. Ooh, I'm going to grip it. Okay, got 2 Stampin' Dimensionals. Okay, we're just going to kind of put that on there. Now, I've got these little festive dots. They come in gold, silver, green, and red. And I'm just going to add, maybe I'm going to add a couple of the, I could really go either with the gold or the silver because I've got both of those in there. So maybe we'll go with the silver just to be different. And I'm just going to kind of put some on my little Joyous. Okay. And maybe just one more, like maybe right, I don't know, right there. Okay. And that is our faux shaker card. So a fun, easy way to make a shaker card. All right, let's go on to our second card. So for this one, I have a base of shaded spruce. Again, it's standard A2. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of basic white for the inside that is 4 by 5 1/4. I've got a piece of that specialty DSP that is 4 by 5 1/4. I've got a scrap here. I'm going to put that on the inside. And then I've cut a deckled circled out of basic white. I've cut one of those labels out of the cherry cobbler, and I've cut another piece of the insert out of that Joy of Christmas designer series paper. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our card assembled. So, excuse me, we're going to I can't even speak, stamp this in shaded spruce. So I've got Deck the Halls, and we're going to stamp that in our little circle. Okay. Let's see, Deck the Halls. Okay. Perfect. And then on the inside, we're going to stamp Merry Christmas, and I'm going to do that in my cherry cobbler. Now again, I have my card going in the landscape or horizontal mode. So make sure that you don't stamp the inside the wrong way, because I've done that too. If there's a mistake out there, I've probably made it. So that's how you learn what not to do. All right, so now we've got our Merry Christmas. Okay. And I always like to stamp my insides before I stick them down, because if I do make a mistake, I can just flip it over and start again. So stamp, then stick. All right, we're going to add that little piece of our paper, this is like a scrap from when I cut the other two pieces down. So, you know, why waste it? Make the inside pretty. It doesn't matter if you put it on the left side or the right side. It really doesn't matter. And I like to stamp it before I stick it down, because see, it's just like a wee tad longer. So I just like to kind of trim that off. It's like so minuscule, but I would know. So I just wanted to get rid of it. Okay, so now we've got our inside. Let's put that in. Okay, we've got our green paper for the outside. Oh, I love this green. Green is my favorite color, in case you can't tell by the green shirt that I'm wearing. But I just love this green. I love shaded spruce. I love parakeet party. What else do I like? I want to say meadow's okay. Garden green is good, but I think shaded spruce is my favorite. All right, let's take our two labels. Can't even pick this up. All right, so I'm going to add this. Come on, be nice. Okay, we're going to add this to the inside here. And I love how these nest. They just look really nice together. All right, we're going to put that there. Now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to just add this right here on the front of my card. Okay. Now I'm going to take some gold twine. All right. I'm just going to kind of put it in like a figure 8. Okay. And trim it up. All right. Now I want to add this to the back of my Deck the Halls circle. I'm just going to kind of put that there, and I'm just going to kind of lay this down over it. Okay, just so until it looks like you like how you like it. Okay, and then we're going to add some dimensionals to this, and we're going to pop that on our design, or big design there. And I like to kind of put a dimensional over where the twine is, just to kind of help hold everything in place, because why not? Okay, and if you notice, I have lines on the back of my dimensionals. That's because when I get them, I take them out of the package and I draw a line on them, and that way it helps me know which ones still have the covering on them and which ones don't. All right, so we're going to just kind of place that there. And then we're going to take our festive dots, and we're going to add like 3 of our red ones. All right, got to get some more red because we got a lot of green going on. So let's add some red. Okay. They say these are cherry cobbler. I'm not really sure that's true, but that's what they say. And that is card number 2. So that is it. Those are the 2 cards that we made this evening. We made our fake shaker card, and then we did something a little more stepped up with lots of die cuts. We had like 3 die cuts, some fancy paper, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you are not yet a subscriber, I would love it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. It would just make my heart so happy. Thank you, Sharon. Also, if you have not signed up for my weekly emails, there will be a link down below that you can use to sign up. I send out an email every Friday. It's always got like a free tutorial in there for a card or a project, a couple of maybe like tips or tricks, updated news from Stampin' Up, like what's on sale, what's coming, what my classes are, where I'm going to be in the next couple of months. So if you want to stay in the know and be the first to know what's going on at Stampin' with Crafty Clock, be sure you click on that link and sign up for my Crafty Chatter email. When you sign up, I will send you my free ebook with 6 sketch designs to get you started. All right, everybody, that's it. Have a great evening. Have a great weekend. I'll be back here next week. Bye now.